Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? So listen, Think and Grow Rich. Yeah, I'm sure you've all seen this book, heard about this book. When I first read this book, look, and it's all small writing, and I consider myself pretty intelligent, but I just sort of take one look at this and I just go, oh my goodness. Now when I read it, I felt so rubbish about myself. I thought it was this knowledgeable, and I thought I'm not doing anything that's on here. When I went to study with Bob Proctor and I learned this, thinking into results, I was able to come back to this book and I literally looked at it and I went, oh my goodness, this is what we do, but we're pointing it in the wrong direction. We're pointing it in a direction that isn't serving us. What I realized is there's nothing we need to change. You are perfect. I mean, one of the first things I do to understand you is your program code here. I can understand that and I can help you see that. So it's okay to be you. Wouldn't you like that? It's okay to be you. There's nothing you need to change. All this personal development stuff, it's all a blooming, tweak this, tweak that, tweak the other. No, you're absolutely perfect as you are. When you accept that and you can acknowledge yourself, then you work with yourself. You stop trying to copy everybody else, what everybody else is doing. So the great thing about thinking into results is it doesn't tell you what to think. It teaches you how to think so you can find out how you think and why you're so awesome. So let me take you through this book, Think and Grow Rich, yeah, and help you understand what's happening here. So the first one, it talks about desire. Well, the desire is passion. Now, what do we tend to be passionate about? We tend to be passionate about what we don't want. So here's an example. Like there was a beautiful sunset the other evening. Not a one noticed it. But there was a crash then at the bottom of the road. And then the WhatsApp group went mad and people had to go down and watch it and see what was going on. Then there was loads of talking, loads of energy put into the crash on a corner. Well, it happened the last time, and this is the second crash that's happened on this corner. And it's going to happen again. But why don't we just look at the sunset? Why weren't we passionate about the sunset? You see, the universe is creating from your desire, from your passion. What are you passionate about? Do you talk about all the stuff you don't want, thinking that that's going to get you what you do want? Do you criticize somebody, thinking that that's going to help them go into growth? Criticizing somebody and judging them, thinking they're going to love you? You can only get back what you give out. And yet the stuff that we really want, we're afraid to ask for. So there you go, desire. What are you passionate about? Because the dominant passion will win. That tends to be what we don't want. We're so bloody good at drama, aren't we? And I stopped all the drama out there and I just carried it on in here. Still going on, doesn't really matter. So the next one is faith. So we have faith in things that are not going to happen. Honest to goodness, we have faith in things that are, we more faith and fear than we have in things that are going to happen. Why? Because, well, yesterday it happened like this. We're energy, we're constantly changing. Today is not tomorrow. You organize tomorrow today. But if you're thinking about tomorrow from yesterday, then you're just going to get yesterday tomorrow. Do you get it? Faith and fear are just complete understanding about things that you can't see. I can nearly get my words right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So auto-suggestion. What are you suggesting to yourself in those constant conversations in your head? I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this. Like I'm at yoga this morning and I'm lying down there in the pigeon pose and as flat as I could get. And she said we had to stay here for 3 minutes. And immediately I could hear myself going, oh my God, I can't stay here for 3 minutes. Well, why? I was auto-suggesting that. And then I was going on saying, oh, this is painful, this is painful. And then I realized, no, it's not painful, it's bloody uncomfortable. But I can deal with uncomfortable. I'm just resisting. And if I stop resisting, then it relaxed a bit more. It's so funny what we do, isn't it? So what are you auto-suggesting to yourself? Why don't you auto-suggest something really good? I'm really good at this. I'm really good at I can stay here for 3 minutes all I want. No problem. But you have to keep doing it just like the way you do the other stuff. Listen, I remember whenever my mum was walking around this earth and she was, her nanny had died, her mummy had died of a broken hip at 76, and she was so afraid of falling that's all she talked about. I'm afraid of falling, I'm afraid of falling. So she became really kind of small. and kept herself really, really, kept herself small. And then she fell. I asked her to say, like, why don't you think about, look at this table? It's really hard I can hold on to this table. That's too much effort, Sheena. How am I supposed to remember that? Well, you choose your effort and where it wants to go. Because wherever you put your attention, it's a yes. So even if you're looking at and talking about something you don't want, you're saying yes to the universe. I want that. There's no no's. There's only yeses where your attention is. Getting serious here now, aren't I? But it's just, I had to laugh at this book. Get this book, look at the chapters and see how you're doing them in the way you don't want to do. And then all you have to do is do them in the way that you do want to do. It's your choice. It's a decision. It really is a decision. I'm just banging this computer about. So the next one, specialized knowledge. Wow. We know so much about everybody else's business, don't we? We've got all that specialized knowledge about somebody else's business and about how things go wrong. Why don't you find out, is it true? And what would it feel like if it wasn't true? And what do I want to feel like? And what knowledge do I need to get to move me forward? And go get it. Next one, imagination. Wow, we're so good with our imagination about, dreaming of things. So say like, I don't know, your child's at home or something and you're blooming worried, sick and they're up to no good, they're up to no good. And so when they come in the door, you shout at them. It's like, they'll probably come home later next time, won't they? But what happens if you were lying in bed and you were like, oh my God, I hope they're okay. Gosh, I hope they're okay. I wish they'd just phone me. And they are okay, they are okay. The other scene you were seeing them being taken away in an ambulance, and this scene you're just going, actually, they're just having a good time. And then they come in the door, they give them a big hug and kiss. And then they phone you next time because they don't want you to be worried like that again. Everything you do has an outcome as a consequence. And yet we blame the other person because we've let go. Next one is organized planning. Well, this one I have to laugh at. I was literally having my hair done the other month, and the girl who was doing my hair, she just had a baby, and somebody's spoken about somebody cheating, and she goes, well, I've thought about this. If my partner cheats, well, I know exactly what I'm going to do. And so she told me the whole plan about what she was going to do if her partner cheats. Now, he probably hasn't even considered the option yet, but she's got it all planned. Got it all planned. So guess what's going to happen in about a year or 2 years' time? Because that's when she thought it would happen. What do you organize planning? Plan what you want to happen. Plan what you want. Don't ever talk about what you don't want. You're just bringing more of it in. So listen, persistence. Wow. Persistently doing everything else in the direction that we don't want. Persistently talking about what we don't want. Talk about what you do want, that's all. The power of the mastermind. Listen, whenever you're getting together with all your friends and the conversation going on in your head, you are multiplying the problem by talking about it. It is not a problem halved, a problem shared. Problem shared, a problem halved. You know what I mean? No, it's multiplied. It is multiplied. You are putting more energy into that problem. Stop talking about it. Only talk with your friends about what you want. End of story. It's not solving anything. It's just keeping you in place and bringing more of it. And then you go, this law of attraction thing doesn't work. I'm doing my affirmations in the morning. I'm doing my gratitude. I'm doing this. I'm doing my visualization. But then you spend the rest of the day pointed in the wrong direction. You're starting to get the idea? The mystery of sexual transmutation. Well, think about whenever, I might be embarrassed about this, but never mind. Imagine if you're just going to climax, the passion that's in there, the focus, the intention. It's all amazing. Imagine if you did that with your dream. Imagine if you did that with something that you really want. But we tend to do it, again, to something that we don't want. And it's a creative energy. Your passion is a creative energy. The power of the subconscious mind. You see, you're trying to change everything through your 2% conscious. Notice I said 2% conscious. Trying to work it all out. The subconscious has all the power. It's doing everything, and it's listening to every word you say. And it cannot see, hear, smell, taste, or touch. It is completely in the dark, and it is going off a vibrational alignment. And you're vibrationally passionate about what you don't want. Now, that's what's going to happen because it thinks you want it. That's all. And you can reprogram her, but you keep reprogramming with the same stuff. Talk about something different. What you want. The brain, well, you got a left-hand side logical, right-hand side illogical. That's your dreaming brain. Shut that logic down and do the illogical. Do the illogical. Let your right brain go free, for goodness sake. Stop figuring it all out. If you're figuring it all out, you're in the past, because logic is your paradigm. Logic is the past. That is knowledge and experience, and that is what's already happened. If you want something different to happen, you must go to the subconscious, infinite intelligence, and you can get there through your right brain. Let it loose. Imagine a greater, bigger life. The sixth sense. Oh, hang on. Yep, the sixth sense. Well, your paradigm's that busy chirping. And you're busy talking about stuff that's got nothing to do with you, and you don't actually know all the information, and you're that blooming passionate about it. Of course, you can't hear any intuition at all. The sixth sense. It's only when you start to point this where you want to go that you start talking less, you're thinking less, you're feeling less, because you just actually everything's just okay. Then you can hear. Then you can hear your sixth sense. Wow. It'd be great, that, isn't it? 13 principles. You're doing them anyway. You're doing them anyway. You know, the other book that Napoleon Hill wrote was Outwitting the Devil. And in the first, and that's like, so this is the 500 of the 25,000 people, and Outwitting the Devil was the other 24,500. Yeah, I can do maths. And the first chapter was about distraction, drifting. When I read that, I went, oh my goodness. Squirrel. Oh, phone. Oh, let me look at that. What was I doing? Can't remember. Look at the chapters in this. Point all of this. You don't even need to read the book. Just point them all in the direction of what you want. Bob Proctor is so right. What do you want? It's the answer to every one of your problems. What do you want? Focus on it. That's it. And if you can't do that, then book a call with me and let's go through thinking into results together, and we're going to have a good time. I'll knock every belief right out of you. I'll pull every single belief right out of you, so you can start at zero and rebuild yourself again. Have a good day now. See ya.